So when we reload the gun, okay, usually we're shooting, we've run dry, we notice that. Some things to think about. We want to bring the gun back into what is typically called our workspace. You know, it's in front of our face. Where exactly should it be? We don't want it down here. Okay, we also don't want it way up here. There was some of these older school trains of thought that were flat out ridiculous. Like some police departments used to talk about how to keep an eye on the threat, I'm actually going to look right through my trigger guard and look at him through there so I keep my eye on the threat. If you're out of ammo, I would propose that getting the gun reloaded is the #1 priority. So when we talk about this, should I glance at the gun, should I not? Do you want your gun reloaded sooner or later? Because if I'm looking at the guy while he's trying to kill me, me looking at him is not going to stop him from killing me. Me reloading my gun and shooting him will, right? So, you know, the way I think about it, gun runs dry, I'm gonna break it down. Everything is by feel up to the point where I'm right here to insert it, then I take a glance to guide that magazine in correctly, okay? A few things about accessing the magazine. This is where I find people really go wrong. You see this kind of stuff. They grab it like this. 2 or 3 digits on it, you drop it. Okay. So similar to how we talked about indexing the grip of the pistol with our palm, okay, we're going for that claw grip. You could use your web if you're doing a full grip on an outside the body holster. Okay, similar to that, the key to success here is correctly indexing the magazine. I find that when you come down on the mag, I want to feel it indexed right into my palm on the base plate. Basically, that outside edge of the base plate is getting indexed right there. What's that do? It gives me consistency. That way I'm holding it the same way every time. So to clear the garment, it's going to be similar to your one-hand draw. I clear the garment and pin it. I come down, I'm indexing the base of that mag all the way into my palm and I retract it. My finger is right up, almost touching the tip of my forward facing rounds, right? Your rounds are typically going to be facing towards the gun, okay? Index the mag, bring it out, it's right there. Depending on the length of your mag, depending on the gun. Are you carrying a little 10-round mag for a Glock 26 or big honking, 17 rounders for a Glock 17? Right? All changes it up, okay? But generally, you want to get a consistent index every single time. So, gun runs dry. I can tell it ran dry. If you're right-handed, you'll find that if you just tilt the gun slightly in your dominant hand, it can bring it into range of your thumb to actuate the button to let the mag drop, right? So just a slight tilt, I actuate the button, I hold it down, let the magazine fully fall out of the gun. While it's falling, I'm going for the spare magazine, okay? If you're left-handed, you can do it the way I do it. I just press the thing with my firing finger. I press it with my index finger. Okay, so the gun runs dry. Drop the magazine. As it's falling, I index the magazine and come right up and meet the gun. So I like it in my workspace. Where's your workspace? Where do you hold your phone most of the time? Right here, right? That is your natural workspace. If you grab something from high on a shelf, you bring it here. If you grab something off a desk, you bring it here. I'm gonna meet them in my workspace. Okay? Gun runs dry, drop the mag, access the magazine straight in. Since I'm getting the consistent index on my palm, I know where that magazine is in space. It's always indexed the same. So the last microsecond, I do look at it to make sure it's in. Once it's in, then I'm done looking at it. Okay, last microsecond, I look at it. Once I get the click, as I come back on, I release the slide. The way I've always done that, once again, my index finger being left-handed, I just press that slide stop. If you're right-handed, after you insert the magazine, you can use the offhand opposing thumb to depress the slide stop. If you prefer coming over the top and racking the slide back and letting it forward, it's up to you. Nothing wrong with that. One of the things that guarantees is it works on every gun. If you have certain handguns, this can be extremely sticky and tight. Like I remember like the Rugers, the old Rugers, they were really bad for that. So this is universal, it is slower. And I can tell you that I have seen just as many guys with sweaty hands slip off that and not send the slide forward as I have seen them miss this thing. So this whole argument, oh, this is fine motor skill, this is gross motor skill. Another thing to consider is if you're left-handed coming over, not a great idea, because I've induced malfunctions doing that because the ejection port is right there. You know, so as a left-hander, that can pose issues as well. You know, so things to think about, all the fast shooters, press the slide stop. That has to say something, right? And I don't believe that it is any more fumble prone than coming over the top. I really don't. Right? Okay.